Christina Katerina and the Box. There she is. She has a giant box, and she wants to figure out what to do with it. Christina Katerina liked things: tin cups, old dresses, worn-out ties, and empty boxes. Any of those things, but mostly boxes. Hat boxes, bakery boxes with see-through lids, shoe boxes. Look at all her boxes. Best of all, she liked big boxes. So she was happy, indeed, one sleepy summer day, when even her sometimes friend, Fat Watson, was out of town, to see a truck deliver a great tall box. It came on a refrigerator, with a refrigerator inside. Oh, how grand and new, Christina's mother said. Look at that refrigerator. Oh, it is. It really is, said Christina, looking at the box. And she quickly claimed the box for her own, and dragged it under the apple tree. To Mother, who was very neat and tidy, it seemed the boxes were for the basement or trash barrels, not for front yards under the apple tree. But she decided that it wouldn't hurt. It couldn't possibly hurt, thought Katerina, for one day or two to have a big box in the front yard, there under the apple tree. Mom looks kind of concerned. That afternoon, Christina's father cut a window and a door in the box. Christina painted on turrets a drawbridge and bolts for the door, and the box became a castle. Inside, she put sticks on the windows for iron bars, and she brought in all her cups and saucers and a lot of fig Newtons in case there was a battle and she couldn't get out. For 2 days, she and her bears lived and played in her castle peacefully. Ooh, she looks like a queen. Uh-oh, who's that? Someone's watching her. Until Fats Watson came home. He sneaked into her castle while she was out to lunch and ate all her fig Newtons. And she locked him in until he hollered, "I'm sorry," 15 times. When she finally let him out, Fats gave Christina's castle a kick, and over it went smack on its side. Well, that wasn't very nice. Mother came out and saw the fallen box. "I see that's the end of the castle, Christina," she said with a smile, and started to haul it away. "But that's no castle," said Christina, hauling it back again. "That's my clubhouse." She saw a different way to look at the box. And it was. For 3 long days, right there under the apple tree, Christina changed the window into a door and the door into a window. She put in 2 benches for members and a chair for the president. And she painted "Keep Out Members Only" and "Danger to Enemies" on the outside. So there's members, and there's club, and there's danger. Keep out. And she let Fats join. Then they met in the clubhouse, which was very dark when the door was closed and very secret. And they spit on a nickel and swore to be friends forever. And they were. Oh, look, he's looking out to make sure there's no enemies coming. She looks like the president. Until one day, when Fats got angry at always being vice presidents, and he climbed on the clubhouse roof and promised to sit there until Christina made him president. Only the roof caved in first, and Christina disbanded the club. She does not look happy. When Mother saw the sat-in box, she brushed her hands together. Now we would have her nice, neat yard again. Well, she said, that is the end of the clubhouse. And she tugged it toward the street. But that's no clubhouse, Christina said, tugging it back again. That's my racing car, Hermione, and I'm late for a race. Oh, look what she did. Before speeding off, Christina put the top on the bottom, turned the window into a cockpit. There it is. And on the sides painted 2 magnificent curling silver horns, which she blasted at Fats every time she rounded the apple tree. Go, man, go, it says. There's the headlights right there. It's a flashlight. She's got a big imagination. For 2 days, she raced around the yard and won every time. Until Fats said he'd take a look at the motor, that it didn't sound quite right. He looks kind of mischievous. When he cut off the nose to get at the motor, the car collapsed. Oh, Fats. Christina's mother was relieved. Well, that is the end of the racing car, she said, and she pulled the cardboard toward the trash barrel. But that's no racing car, said Christina, pulling it back again. That's the floor of my summer mansion, and I'm going to have a ball. And she did, right there under the apple tree. Oh my goodness, look what she's done. She's drawn all of the mansion. She patted the box out flat and drew furniture on each flap. There's a dining room, there's a stove, there's a bed, there's a sofa, a stove and a refrigerator for the kitchen, a bedroom and a grand piano, and a violin for the living room. So there would be music for her ball. Oh, and there's guests at her dining room table, and they look like they're dancing. Then she and her bears and Fats dressed up in gowns and high heels, bow ties and top hats, and they invited kings and queens and some presidents and one vice president to come, and everybody came. And they danced and danced until their feet hurt, and they had to take off their shoes. Even without shoes, Christina had a wonderful time. Until Fats decided the floor needed scrubbing. He sprayed it down with the garden hose and mopped it. Oh, jeez. Until the floor puckered and grew lumpy and finally fell apart. Oh, Fats. When Mother came out a little later and looked at her front yard, she shook her head and said, well, and then, is this the end of your grand floor? What floor? Asked Christina, who was running by. Oh, you mean that old, ragged box? Let's throw it away. Mother breathed a sigh. At last she could have her yard nice and neat. But quick, Christina said. Fat's mother got a washer and dryer today, and he's bringing 2 ships down now. I said my mother wouldn't mind a bit if we sailed them here in our front yard, right under the apple tree. Mother's kind of like, oh no. But they did. Look at their ships. The end.